Once upon a time, in a village of the Persia country, there were two brothers. The older one named Kasim, and the younger one named Alibaba. Kasim was a selfish and greedy person. He took all the money and property that his parents had left and only gave Alibaba one small house to live in. Alibaba was very hardworking, so he could make ends meet. Every day, he had to chop the woods to sell at the market. Despite living in hardship, Alibaba always helped his neighbors whenever they needed. Although being ignored by Kasim, he never felt sad or dissatisfied at all, and he usually came over their house to visit. One day, while he was chopping the woods, he heard the gallop of many horses approaching.
The sound is getting louder gradually. It looks like there's an army.
Feeling that there was something wrong, Alibaba hid behind the trees near there and watched what was going to happen. Not long after, Alibaba saw a group of people armed with swords, and they were coming to his side. He was frightened because they looked like thieves.
So crowded. They looked like a gang of thieves, but what are they doing in front of a large rock? Open sesame.
Alibaba couldn't believe in his eyes that the rock moved and there was a path behind it.
Open sesame? Open sesame. I have to remember this chant.
Alibaba stood there and watched what was going on. Later, he saw the rock move again and the thieves come out in turn.
Let's go, brothers. We have to find somewhere richer. Those last time were so poor that we only got a little gold. Huh. Close, sesame. I can't believe it. They even stole from poor people.
Waiting for the gang to disappear, Alibaba took all of his courage to went inside the cave.
Open sesame.
When he got inside the cave, Alibaba was astonished to see all the gold and valuable properties inside it. He soon understood that they were all stolen by the thieves.
What an unbelievable treasure! They must have stolen a lot from people. Poor them. I have to do something. Ah, right. I will take their gold and give it to poor people.
He decided to do that right away. However, the gold inside the cave was too much to carry home all at once.
No, this is way too much. I couldn't bring them home all. Never mind. I will just carry as much as I can. If I took too many, they would know about it soon.
Alibaba took the gold just enough to put on his donkey and left the cave. Upon arriving home, Alibaba poured down the gold, much to his wife Morgiane's surprise. After that, he told his wife the whole story.
First, we will recheck this gold, then we will figure out how to use them wisely.
All right, Alibaba, but we are too poor. We don't have anything to measure this gold. Let me come over Kasim's to borrow his scale.
Okay, but don't tell them about the gold.
Yes, I know. Then, Morgiane came to Kasim's house to borrow the scale. Sister, can I borrow your scale, please? I will return it to you tomorrow morning. All right, Morgiane. Wait for a few minutes. But why do you need that? Ah, right. We use it to measure the grain. Alibaba's family is so poor. How could they get the grain? Thinking so, Kasim's wife artfully put a little oil at the bottom of the scale to see what they were storing in their house. After getting the scale back, she realized that there was a coin on it. She brought it to Kasim and retold the story.
What? Alibaba used our scale to measure the gold? Since when has he become so wealthy? I have to ask him to clarify this.
Yes, maybe Mom and Dad left them something that we didn't know about.
All right, leave it for me.
Right then, Kasim came to Alibaba's house to ask.
Alibaba, I heard that you're doing good with your business, right? You must have earned a lot of money.
Not at all, brother. How can I earn a lot of money by gathering woods day by day?
Don't lie to me. You even used the scale to measure your gold, right? We're brothers. If you have a good chance, you should have shared it to me. Why do you have to lie?
Seeing his brother like that, in addition to his truthful nature, Alibaba decided to tell him the whole story.
Amazing. You tell me the chant, then I will come there and take the gold and give it to the poor with you. Your money is also mine as well as your responsibility. What a stupid man. You should keep that gold for yourself instead of giving it to the poor. I have to take all of this treasure or else he will use the gold for something useless.
All right, the chant is Open Sesame.
Open sesame. Open sesame. All right, great.
Next day, Kasim prepared 10 donkeys to come to the thieves' cave. Before setting off, he reminded his wife,
I'll go there first to check the situation. Alibaba told me that there are a lot of treasures inside. You stay here and go hire another 20 horses to prepare for the next time.
When Kasim was about to set off, Alibaba came. He thought that going to the thieves' cave would be very dangerous, so he wanted to accompany him.
Let me come with you. I have met them once. They are very violent and dangerous. It would be better if we go together.
I don't think so. It's not that dangerous. You just need to look after my house. Let you go so that you will take all of my money? Never.
Kasim went then, and just like Alibaba told, he stood in front of the cave.
Open sesame.
Just like his brother, Kasim was really shocked when he saw all the gold inside the cave. Kasim tried to carry as much as he could, and then gathered them at the exit of the cave. However, Kasim forgot the chant when he finished taking the guild. He tried to say everything that he could think of.
Open peanut. Open peanut.
He couldn't remember the chant. Kasim could only stand there and yell in despair. Just right then, 40 thieves returned to the cave. In a blink of an eye, Kasim was beaten really hard. They locked him down.
Hey, can you guys figure out why he knew how to get here?
I don't know, sir, but we had better lock him in here. If he had allies, they would definitely come to save him.
All right, let's go outside and get something. This month is so unlucky.
Then the gang disappeared and left Kasim in pain, alone inside the room. Later that night, Alibaba saw Kasim's wife come over to ask him to find her husband because Kasim hadn't returned. Alibaba, can you go find my husband, please? He went to the cave that you told him, but he hasn't come home yet.
How could that be? It could only take at most a morning to go there and return. Why hasn't Kasim returned yet? All right, you go home, I'll go and find him.
Alibaba went to the cave and he saw his brother. He broke the lock and carried his brother home. When he carried his brother home, Alibaba knew that he would be in big trouble, but it was his brother, and he had no other ways.
Morgiane, can you go to the doctor's and get some medicine, please? And remember not to tell anyone about Kasim.
Speaking of the gang, after leaving for a week, they returned to the cave and was surprised to find out that Kasim had escaped. They could ensure that there was another person who knows the whereabouts of this cave, and it is their mission to eliminate him.
His allies must have come and rescued him. We have to find them by all means. No one is allowed to know about this cave except for us. Go and get some information now.
Yes, sir.
They were very smart. They went to the town and asked for the best doctor because they knew that with Kasim's situation, only the best doctor could cure him.
Hello, I heard that you are the best doctor in this town. I don't know if this man came to your place and asked for a treatment. He was injured quite badly, and that is a friend of us.
I don't know about other people, but recently Alibaba's wife asked me to go to her house and treat Kasim. I don't know what he has done, but he was injured really badly.
That's him. He is our friend. We went digging gold together, but the thieves saw us, so we had to hide away. Poor him. Can you tell me where he is now?
The doctor answered them truthfully, and they knew that Kasim was being treated at Alibaba's house, and they knew how to get there. They looked for a while, then marked a plus in front of the door to sign. That night, Morgiane went home. She was surprised to see that there was a plus mark on her house's door, and she felt something not good coming. Morgiane quickly used the chalk to mark the plus on all the house's doors. Later that night, the gang was having a big trouble finding Alibaba's house. Eventually, they gave up. This time, the leader himself went to ask about Alibaba's house. He didn't mark, but stood there for a long time watching and remembering the location.
How stupid you guys are. I can remember the location now without marking it. All right, let's think of a decent plan to get rid of these stealing rats.
After earning a fortune from the thieves' cave, Alibaba used most of the money to help the poor people inside the town. Everyone was very grateful of him, and he became famous for his kindness.
I don't know why Alibaba could become rich like that, but no matter what, he is always a nice person.
Yeah. Even his brother Cassim is so rich, but he never helps us with anything.
The leader accidentally caught these words, and he thought of a perfect plan to eliminate Alibaba. The leader pretended to become an olive merchant to take advantage of Alibaba's kindness. He brought 40 jars and asked Alibaba to sleep over for one night.
Sir and ma'am, I'm an olive merchant. Do you mind if I stay here for one night since it's getting dark and I cannot find any inns here?
Since knowing that there were people trying to harm her family, Morgiane had become more cautious. She asked the merchant to open the jar to check if it was true. Not at all, sir, but can we check the olive jars first, please?
Of course you can.
When he opened one jar, there was really olive oil inside, but in others were all of his gang members. When Alibaba had a feast with the thief, he thanked by giving him gold coins, and Morgiane was surprised to see them. How strange! The coins that he gave my husband look like the ones that my husband brought home. Oh no, something's not good here. Morgiane went down and checked again. She knocked on the jar.
Can we start now, sir?
Morgiane found out what was happening. She quickly went out to report to the guards. The time has come. The leader went downstairs to call his allies. But when they were about to open the door, there were a lot of guards standing in front of the door and surrounded them. All the 40 thieves were caught immediately. Hearing the loud noise, Alibaba ran to the barn. He was surprised to see that all the thieves were caught. Alibaba, they are the thieves. They hid inside the olive jars and wanted to harm us. But when I saw the coin that the merchant gave you, I discovered what happened and went to report it to the guards.
Thank you. If it wasn't for your intelligence, I don't know what would happen to us now.
Since then, Cassim was very grateful of Alibaba. The two brothers lived happily and harmoniously together forever after.